Have you ever wondered why so many elderly people pass away in the early morning hours? It's a question few people ask, but the answer could save your life, or the life of someone you love. The truth is, between 2 and 4 a.m., your body becomes more vulnerable than at any other time of day, especially after the age of 70. While you're sleeping peacefully, unaware, critical changes are happening inside your body that could put you at serious risk. Most people have no idea that this danger exists until it's too late. The difference between those who survive these critical hours and those who don't often comes down to simple precautions that too many seniors neglect because they simply don't know better. In this video, we're going to reveal 5 crucial facts about why the early morning hours are so dangerous for older adults and exactly what you can do to protect yourself or your loved ones tonight. Stay with me until the end, because the last point contains information that most doctors never share with their patients. Yet it could be the difference between life and death during those vulnerable hours. This isn't about living in fear. It's about understanding how your aging body works so you can safeguard your health when you're most at risk. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 so I can make better videos for you. And if you know someone who might need this information, please send them this video. It could really help. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The blood pressure surge that happens while you sleep. One of the most dangerous changes that happens in your body between 2 and 4 a.m. has to do with your blood pressure, and it's the exact opposite of what most people expect. While you might think blood pressure drops during sleep, for many seniors, it actually surges in the early morning hours. This phenomenon, known as nocturnal hypertension, affects nearly 70% of adults over 70 and can increase your risk of stroke by up to 275% during these specific hours. What makes this so dangerous is that it happens silently, without symptoms, while you're unconscious. Your body naturally increases production of certain stress hormones like cortisol around 2-3 a.m. as it prepares to wake up. But in older adults, this natural process becomes exaggerated, causing blood pressure to spike to dangerous levels. Think about it. Your blood vessels are already less flexible with age. Your heart may not be as strong as it once was, and suddenly your blood pressure surges while you're completely unaware. It's like revving a worn engine to its maximum capacity while no one is watching the dashboard. Many people, like Harold, 78, go to bed feeling fine after their doctor confirmed their daytime blood pressure was under control, completely unaware that during those early morning hours, their numbers are climbing to dangerous levels. Meanwhile, Martha, 75, started taking her blood pressure medication before bed instead of in the morning after learning about this risk, giving her protection during these critical hours. The good news is that simple changes can help protect you. If you take blood pressure medication, talk to your doctor about adjusting the timing. Taking at least 1 dose in the evening may provide better coverage during these vulnerable hours. Slightly elevating the head of your bed by 15 degrees can also reduce pressure on your heart and brain, and reducing salt at dinner can prevent fluid retention that makes nocturnal hypertension worse. Number 2. Your breathing becomes dangerously shallow. Another critical change that happens between 2 and 4 a.m. is that your breathing becomes significantly slower and shallower, something that puts seniors at particular risk. During deep sleep, especially in these early morning hours, respiratory drive naturally decreases in everyone. But after 70, this normal change can become dangerous. With age, your lungs lose elasticity, your diaphragm weakens, and your airway muscles become less toned. These normal aging changes mean that when your breathing naturally slows during deep sleep, oxygen levels can drop to dangerously low levels. Studies show that even seniors without diagnosed sleep apnea experience oxygen drops below 85% during these hours, levels low enough to put strain on an aging heart. What makes this especially concerning is how it affects people with existing conditions. If you have heart disease, COPD, or take certain medications, these respiratory changes can trigger serious events. Your heart, already working harder with age, suddenly has to function with less oxygen during these critical hours. Have you noticed yourself waking up with a racing heart, feeling unusually tired in the morning, or experiencing headaches upon waking? These could be warning signs that your oxygen levels are dropping too low during sleep. To protect yourself, consider using a wedge pillow to keep your upper body slightly elevated, which helps keep your airway more open. Sleeping on your side rather than your back can also improve breathing. If you use oxygen during the day, talk to your doctor about whether you should continue it overnight. And most importantly, if you snore heavily, have pauses in breathing, or wake up gasping, ask your doctor about testing for sleep apnea, as treating it could literally save your life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Your heart's electrical system becomes unstable. Between 2 and 4 a.m., your heart's electrical system, the complex network that controls your heartbeat, becomes more vulnerable to disruption than at any other time of day. This is why cardiac arrests and fatal arrhythmias are significantly more common during these specific hours, especially for adults over 70. The reason lies in your body's natural rhythms. During early morning hours, the autonomic nervous system shifts, causing a change in the electrical signals that control your heartbeat. In a younger person, this transition happens smoothly, but in an aging heart, these changes can trigger dangerous, irregular rhythms. At the same time, levels of protective substances like potassium can fluctuate, further increasing the risk of electrical instability. For seniors taking certain medications, particularly some diuretics, antidepressants, or antiarrhythmic drugs, this vulnerability is even greater. The timing of when medications wear off can sometimes coincide exactly with these high-risk hours, creating a perfect storm of risk. Think about John, 83, who took his heart medication every morning at 8 a.m. For months, he'd been experiencing occasional dizziness and heart palpitations around 3 a.m., not realizing the protection from his medication was at its lowest point during these hours. His doctor suggested splitting his dose, taking half in the morning and half in the evening, which provided more consistent protection throughout the night. If you take heart medications, talk to your doctor about timing them for optimal protection during early morning hours. Avoid alcohol before bed, as it can worsen electrical instability during sleep. Keep room temperature moderate. Too cold or too hot can increase heart strain. And if you notice any new symptoms like palpitations, lightheadedness, or unusual fatigue first thing in the morning, don't dismiss them. They could be warnings that your heart needs attention. Number 4. Your body temperature reaches its lowest point. One of the most overlooked dangers during the 2-4 a.m. window is how dramatically your body temperature drops. Most people don't realize that core temperature naturally reaches its lowest point between 2 and 4 a.m., typically about 1-2 degrees lower than during the day. For a younger person, this drop is perfectly manageable, but for seniors, it can trigger a cascade of dangerous effects. As we age, our ability to regulate temperature declines significantly. Aging bodies produce less heat, have less insulating fat, and respond more slowly to temperature changes. This normal drop in body temperature during early morning hours can become dangerous, especially for seniors who are thin, take certain medications, or have circulatory problems. When body temperature drops too low, blood becomes more viscous and likely to clot, heart rate slows, and the body's stress response increases to compensate. For seniors with existing health conditions, these changes can be enough to trigger serious events like heart attacks, strokes, or even hypothermia, despite being indoors in a seemingly warm environment. Many older adults unknowingly make this risk worse by keeping their bedroom too cool at night, using too few blankets, or taking medications that affect temperature regulation right before bed. Some even set programmable thermostats to drop temperatures overnight for energy savings, not realizing they're creating a dangerous condition. To protect yourself during these vulnerable hours, keep your bedroom at a consistent, moderate temperature, ideally around 68 to 4 F, 20 to 4 C. Use layers of blankets that can be adjusted throughout the night. Warm socks and a light cap can help maintain temperature at critical points. And be cautious with sleeping pills or alcohol before bed, as they can impair your body's ability to regulate temperature while you sleep. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Your ability to respond to emergencies is severely compromised. The final and perhaps most dangerous vulnerability during the 2-4 a.m. window is how dramatically your ability to respond to emergency situations decreases. During these hours, your brain processes are at their slowest, your reaction time is delayed, and your awareness is at its lowest point in the entire 24-hour cycle. For seniors, this decreased alertness is compounded by age-related changes. Hearing becomes less acute, making it harder to wake to warning sounds. Vision adapts more slowly to darkness. And the ability to move quickly, to get out of bed, reach for a phone, or respond to an emergency is significantly reduced compared to waking hours. This is why many seniors who experience symptoms of a heart attack, stroke, or other emergency between 2 and 4 a.m. often delay seeking help. By the time they fully wake, assess the situation, and decide to call for assistance, precious minutes or even hours have passed. Medical statistics show that response times to emergencies during these hours are often doubled compared to daytime events, dramatically reducing survival rates. Even worse, many seniors live alone, meaning there's no one to notice if they're experiencing distress during sleep. If they become unable to reach a phone or call for help, an otherwise treatable emergency can become fatal. This is why proactive protection during these hours is so crucial. If you live alone and have significant health concerns, consider a medical alert device you can wear while sleeping. For those with high-risk conditions, newer monitoring technologies can track vital signs during sleep and automatically alert emergency services if dangerous patterns are detected. Simple changes to your sleeping environment can also help, keeping a phone within easy reach, using night lights to improve visibility if you need to get up, and making sure pathways to the bathroom are clear. Some seniors, like Eleanor, 86, create a simple emergency plan. If she feels unwell during the night, she immediately uses her medical alert button rather than waiting to see if it gets better, a decision that saved her life when she experienced chest pain at 3 a.m. Understanding that your ability to respond is compromised during these hours means you need to lower the threshold for seeking help. Any unusual symptoms during early morning hours should be treated with greater urgency than the same symptoms might deserve during the day. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to consider the 5 critical vulnerabilities we've discussed that make the early morning hours so dangerous for seniors. First, we learned about nocturnal hypertension, how blood pressure can surge dangerously between 2 and 4 a.m., putting extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. Second, we discussed how breathing naturally becomes shallower during these hours, potentially dropping oxygen to dangerous levels. Third, we explored how your heart's electrical system becomes more unstable during early morning, increasing the risk of irregular rhythms. Fourth, we discovered how dramatically body temperature drops during these hours, creating conditions that can trigger cardiovascular events. And finally, we talked about how your ability to respond to emergencies is severely impaired during early morning hours, making quick action difficult when it might be most needed. The good news is that understanding these risks allows you to take simple, effective precautions. Adjusting medication timing, improving your sleeping environment, using appropriate support devices, and knowing when to seek help can dramatically reduce your vulnerability during these critical hours. Don't let this information frighten you. Let it empower you. Most risks in life can be managed when we understand them. By taking these simple precautions, you're not living in fear. You're taking control of your health during hours when your body needs a little extra help. Remember, aging brings wisdom and experience, but it also requires adaptation. The choices you make before going to bed tonight could determine how safely you navigate those vulnerable early morning hours. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, please consider sending this video to someone who might need to hear it. Your action could truly help someone today. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.